Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be finding out how, when, and where you will meet your soulmate. You can use this reading for a romantic soulmate, for a platonic soulmate. You can use it even for someone whom you've already met if you would like to confirm that they are in fact your soulmate. You can choose one group today. You can choose multiple groups for multiple soulmates. You could even choose multiple groups for different perspectives on the same soulmate. So this reading, it is free for you to use however will be best for you. There are 5 groups to choose from today, so I'm going to show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and please pick whichever one or ones you feel drawn to the most. For my number 1s, we have Angel Aura Rose Quartz. For my number 2s, we have Fluorite. For my number 3s, we have Celestite. For my number 4s, we have Yellow Cat's Eye. And for my number 5s, we have Amethyst. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Angel Aura Rose Quartz, this is going to be a reading all about how, where, and when you are going to meet your soulmate. So we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended today. And so for the reading on YouTube, we're going to be doing this spread here. We'll start by pulling a row of tarot cards, and then we are going to look at your energy and your soulmate's energy and the dynamic between the two of you at the time of your meeting. So basically, we're going to be seeing what is going on with each of you around the time of your meeting. And that's going to include both your inner worlds, so what you're going through internally, as well as your outer worlds. So what is going on in your life? What is going on in the world around you at the time of your meeting? And you may actually be able to get an idea from this part about how soon the meeting with your soulmate is, because if I'm talking about what's going on in your life and what you're going through, and it sounds like what you are going through right now, then that's a strong sign that you are about to meet your soulmate. And if not, what I'm describing will be the sign of how you can know you're about to meet them. You'll be at this stage in your life. This is what's going to be going on. And we're going to look at the same thing for them. So what will they be going through? What will be going on in their life right around the time that they're meeting you? Then we are going to look more at the specific where and how of your meeting. So in what setting is this going to happen? What are the circumstances that will lead to your meeting? And what are you going to be doing together at the time of your meeting? We'll also see how you are going to be thinking and feeling, and how your soulmate is going to be thinking and feeling during this meeting. And then at the end, we will roll some dice to see any hints about when this is going to be happening. So that is the reading here on YouTube. For the extended, we're going to see how your soulmate will feel after meeting you. How are they going to feel about you? How are they going to feel about how this meeting went? What is going through their head? We are going to see what will your soulmate do next, or what will this meeting lead to? So the future developments after meeting them. And then at the end, we are going to see, this part is kind of optional because you may already know, but if you're curious, wait, have I met this person already? Then we're gonna do a quick little yes or no to see if this is someone you have already met. And we'll also do another yes or no where you can choose what the question is. So that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So we're starting off with the Gentle Tarot. And we're gonna see your energies and your soulmate's energies at the time of your meeting. So we'll ask your spiritual team to come through for messages. If there's any particular member of your spiritual team whom you would like to receive these messages from, that includes higher selves, that includes spirit itself. Just keep them in your mind as I'm shuffling. Okay, group number 1, spiritual team, thank you for being here. Can we please get a card to represent group number 1's inner world at the time of meeting their soulmate? Group number 1's inner world. We have the Devil. Group number 1's outer world at the time of meeting their soulmate. We have the Two of Cups. What about their soulmate? Their soulmate's inner world. The Hierophant. And their soulmate's outer world, we have the Unseen, which is an original card of this deck. And then a card in the middle to represent their dynamic at the time of their meeting. We have the Flower of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. It's interesting that all of these cards came out in the upright. As I was shuffling, I wasn't sure if I was going to take reversals or not. I do sometimes, I usually don't, but I kept thinking, should I take reversals or should I not take reversals? And then I thought, I'm just gonna wait until the cards come out and see how I feel. But then they all came out in the upright anyway. And there might be a message for you in there where if you are debating about whether or not you should do something, or you are stuck on a decision, you're torn between multiple options, the universe or life will probably make that decision for you or show you the answer very clearly and take that burden off of you. So for those of you who are worrying about a decision, I feel like your spiritual team is saying you don't have to worry about it. We are going to show you very plainly what the right answer is, and it's not, this weight of making the decision is not yours to hold. I actually want to start with your soulmate's energy. I feel like it's quite interesting. They have 2 major arcana. So when they're meeting you, they could be going through an awakening of some kind in their life or going through a major transition. It feels like a very pivotal and important moment of their life. They are at a point in their life where there's a lot of uncertainty. They don't really know what the future holds for them, and they don't really see any sort of clues around them about what direction they should take or what direction life will have them going in. Things feel very up in the air. So they're probably going to meet you when they're in this kind of in-between, unsure, transitional period of their life. This actually will be a catalyst for them. This will be a catalyst for them to get in touch with their own inner guidance. I feel like up until this point in your soulmate's life, they were just kind of going along with whatever life threw at them. Almost like, I don't know if this is the perfect wording, but the major steps in their life were sort of handed to them or shown to them, like, okay, we're gonna do this next, we're gonna do that next. And it seems like they hadn't really given much thought to it. So maybe they had other people in their life who were kind of taking the lead and they would just go along with it. Or they had a very clearly prescribed formula of like, okay, this is what you do in your life. So I finished step A and now I go to B. It seemed very clear to them. And now they've reached a place in their life where the roadmap is not so clear. Maybe they don't have the rule book, or maybe the rule book doesn't exist. They're like, wait, I don't know what to do now. They kind of got thrown for a loop, and now everything that they thought was their plan and their step-by-step for life is up in the air. And because they can no longer look to the world around them for clues of what to do next, this has become a catalyst for them to turn within and to say, okay, well, maybe now it's my turn to choose an adventure. Maybe my life now is not about just following the steps or following the rules or following what someone else decided for me. Because I've reached a point where it seems like what I'm meant to do next is not really set in stone. And so I can decide what I want to do with my life now. So with this uncertainty actually comes a lot of freedom and excitement for your person. I don't really see them getting stressed out about it. I see them more approaching it with curiosity. Like, oh, this is kind of unprecedented. I can do whatever I want now. And they're coming through with the number 5, which is a number of change, of transformation. It also gives the sense of variety and freedom and independence. And I feel like these two birds are representing them and their higher self. And they're looking outward into the world that is like this blank canvas now. And what is to come next is so unsure. And they're like, what do we want to make this? They're excited about this transition. So I feel like you're coming into their life at a really exciting time. And I think it will probably be very fascinating for them that you happen to come into their life around this transitional time. They can't help but have a feeling, I just saw 1010. They can't help but have a feeling that you're going to play a big role in this next chapter of their life. You're coming into their life at this timing for a reason, because they're starting a new adventure and you're going to be in that adventure. You know, the number 1010, it's like new beginnings with infinite possibilities. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the universe working in their favor. So it looks like they're in a really exciting place. Now, when we go over to your side, it does seem like you might be in a bit more of a challenging energy, because we have the devil for your inner world, which means that you may feel trapped in some way. You may feel like you are suppressing yourself in some way. And with the 2 of Cups as your outer world, this is because you are in a situation where you constantly have to match other people's energy. You constantly have to mirror other people's energy. And this can play out in so many different ways. It could be just on a personal level, you are dealing with people-pleasing tendencies and have a hard time asserting your own individuality and your own desires. It could be that you are in a job that requires you, let's say you're on a team where everyone's energy is so different from yours. And so every time you go to work and every time you join into that team, you have to put on a mask because you have to match their vibe. Or you could even be in a friend group where you feel that way, or in a family situation where you feel that way, or even in a romantic relationship. You're surrounded by people that you constantly have to be like gauging their vibe and matching it. And this causes you to suppress yourself. Some of you may know what you truly desire, but you're just not in a place to express it. Others of you maybe have been doing this mirroring and matching for so long that you could have kind of not lost sight, because it's always there, but it feels like maybe you forgot how to get in touch with what you truly want. So you're probably at a point where you're feeling tired of a certain group or team or partnership that you're in because your vibes just don't match. And it's like the only way I could stay in this partnership or in these partnerships is if I can be accepted for who I really am. But maybe something's telling you that that would be difficult. So you might be thinking about changing the partnerships that you're in, or leaving a certain partnership or leaving a certain group because you just feel so trapped. You also have the number 5 in your inner world. You have the number of change. And the Devil card in this deck, this being very much feels like, come on, we're getting out of here. At least that's how I feel about it. So you do have the power to free yourself from this. And I think I think you're realizing that. And so at the time that you're meeting your soulmate, you're probably just on the verge of, like, you're about to free yourself from this situation, which makes me very happy for you. And the dynamic between the two of you, we have the Queen of Wands. So definitely you hit it off right away. Even if you feel like you're a more shy person or meeting new people is awkward, there's going to be none of that when you meet them. It's like meeting an old friend. You immediately get into conversations. I feel like you click and get each other's humor immediately. You may also notice that you have a similar way of talking, and I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you have the same accent, or you have the same habit or mannerisms when you talk. Maybe there's an expression or a figure of speech that you both use frequently, or you use the same slang, the same dialect, the same intonation. There's something very similar about the way you talk. And there's something about dropping your mask as well. Like when you're with certain groups of people, you'll talk in one way, but then when you're together, you can drop that mask and talk in a way that is natural to you, and you'll understand each other. And I think there's just an immediate sense of, wow, I really like this person. It feels very friendly, but also I think you find each other very attractive, like very physically attractive, very beautiful. I see you smiling a lot and laughing a lot during your first interactions. It feels easy, and feeling a lot better about yourself coming out of that interaction. So you could be praising each other or lifting each other up, hyping each other up quite a bit. This interaction reminds each of you of how amazing and talented and accomplished you are. You probably walk out of this interaction feeling like, I should be kinder to myself. I should give myself more credit. Because you have this way of uplifting each other. You remind each other of how badass you are. Okay, so we're gonna look more into these specific circumstances, the specific environment of your meeting. It's interesting that the bird is looking this way from your side to them. So, and I kept saying you're coming into their life. So you may be stepping into their space. The way the crow is looking back too, it's almost like, wait, I forgot something. It's like you were about to leave and then you look back and they're there. And so you go and approach them. I'm hearing, I don't think this is for everyone. I think this is just for a couple of you, but it's like, I need to make sure that you get, that I give you my contact information. I need to make sure I have a way to keep in touch with you before I get out of here. Okay, group number one's spiritual team. What can we know about the place or the circumstances of group number one meeting their soulmate? So we're using the transparent tarot for this. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Moon. And we have the Five of Swords. These images look quite similar. There's these swords scattered on the floor and these people are picking them up. You might be meeting each other to... Oh my gosh. Okay. This might just be symbolic. It could be very specifically how you're meeting for some of you, but I feel like it's just more symbolic. When I saw the moon, whenever the moon comes out for this kind of question, it lets me know that you're meeting at night. And it might be during an activity that is normally done at night. And when I saw this mess and like picking up the pieces, I got this image of someone being like, let's say you're at a club and then you see this like really messy person. Like they're passed out, they're incoherent, they need help getting home. I'll just tell you what I saw, and whether you want to take it literally or as a metaphor, we'll get into it. But it was like you're at a club and you're outside and there's this really like messy drunk person, and then there's this other person and that's your soulmate, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, my friend is so wasted, I'm trying to get them home. And you're like, oh well, I can call you guys an Uber, or I have some water, do you need some water? And so you kind of get pulled into this side quest of taking care of your soulmate's messy drunk friend. You're helping them. You have nothing to do with this mess, but you're coming in to help them pick up the pieces. So I feel like that could be symbolic, where they have to deal with cleaning up a mess that it's not really their doing, but it is their responsibility to fix it. And you are just helping them out of the kindness of your heart. I'm even thinking of someone who had issues at their workplace, or someone who had issues with their landlord, and they're like, I literally only have 24 hours to get all my stuff out of here. And so you're helping them move their stuff out. You're helping them clean up a mess. Or you could even find this person online where somehow you hear about their story of how they're stuck in this mess now, and you reach out to them and you say like, oh, I have these connections, or I have these skills that might be able to help you. There's something going on like that. And it's interesting, even the way these came out. This being on your side, you look like the one who's picking up pieces. They look like the one who is defeated, and they're like, what do I do with these broken swords? So it definitely seems like you're helping them out of something. Another thing that I feel with this moon card is that you might both have a very weird sense of deja vu. Like, I've been exactly here before in this situation, or I could swear that I've met you before. And it's funny because the dynamic that you have with each other, I feel like it makes this situation, which would have otherwise been messy or stressful, into something that you can laugh about. I really feel that with the Queen of Wands, or a situation that would normally be awkward or embarrassing, your dynamic makes it, oh, it's all good, it's all chill, and brings optimism to it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get through this. 2222 as I'm saying that. We're gonna sort this out. It's gonna be absolutely fine. I do wanna mention as well that we have Aquarius and Pisces energy here. So someone could have those placements, or that time of the year could be significant, like January, February, March-ish. Let's see. What are you going to be thinking and feeling during this meeting? We have you are ready. Okay, we have a lot coming out. I wanted to take one, but we have three, so we're just gonna take all of them. Yeah, we have all of you, which I'm thinking about that John Legend song, all of me loves all of you. We have I want to believe, I know it's love, but ... And how is your person going to be thinking and feeling during this meeting? Oh man. Yeah. Oh, it is safe to fall. Look at these messages together though. You are ready. It is safe to fall. I'm telling you, there's this sense of immediately feeling comfortable and safe with each other. It is safe to fall, ask and you shall receive. So maybe they're asking you for help and you're ready to give them help. For some reason, I'm picking up this energy from you that you might feel bad. I think that you immediately feel a spark with this person and you immediately feel a connection with them, which makes sense because they're your soulmate, but you almost feel bad about allowing yourself to entertain those feelings because I feel like you need this message too. I feel like my group number ones may be healing a wound around receiving or validating your desires and validating your needs, and also understanding that you receiving doesn't take away from others, and focus being on you doesn't inherently steal focus from others or others' journeys. I think it's hard for you to receive without feeling like you're taking from someone else. My ears are ringing as I'm saying that, and that's something that you've learned. That's something someone has made you feel that way at some point in your past. And I think that's something that you've internalized and something that you will be healing in this relationship, because I see you feeling so good and walking away from this interaction feeling light and fuzzy and like, oh my gosh, I've met the one. You can tell, but then feeling bad about that because it's like, first of all, because the nature of the situation you're meeting in is kind of a highly strung one by nature, or a bit of a stressful or messy situation by nature, that you might even feel bad being like, how can I even be thinking about that right now? How can I even be thinking about how good this person made me feel right now? I should be worried about this situation. Like, I'm being selfish by letting myself have butterflies during this moment. I should be worried about the nature of the situation. And even being aware that one of the reasons this situation was orchestrated was so that you could meet your soulmate, and then feeling bad about recognizing that because it's like, I don't want to make it about me, but like it is. Group number one, I'm sorry, sometimes things are about you. And it being about you doesn't mean it's not about others. Or you getting something good out of this situation does not negate what others might be going through. So you feel so happy that you've met this person. You feel so happy about the way they make you feel. And you have this inner knowing that this was orchestrated so that you can meet. But you have a hard time letting yourself recognize that, because it feels selfish to allow yourself to feel something good or to receive something good out of this. So I do feel a little bit of an inner struggle going on with you when you've met your person. And it's sad because you both feel this happy and light and cheerful feeling is so special. And it's kind of, I'm hearing it's a waste if you don't let yourself enjoy it and feel it. And you deserve to be happy, and you can hold happiness that you've met them and concern for the situation at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And you can recognize that this situation was orchestrated because somebody needed help, but also so that you and your soulmate could meet each other. Both things can be true. Okay, this is me from the future because I forgot to roll the dice, so we're just gonna do that now. I pulled 3 random dice from my bag, and let's see what hints we can get about when this meeting is happening. we have Libra, Saturn, and we have Venus. So it's funny because I thought Saturn, Libra, that is not happening anytime soon. And then I thought maybe it's when Venus is in like a Saturn ruled sign, like maybe when Venus is in Capricorn or when Venus is in Aquarius, and then Venus came out. So I do think that that could be relevant. And now I have to check when that is. But isn't that interesting? Because we got the message that Aquarius and Pisces season could be significant, like January, February, March. And if Venus was going to be in one of those signs, it would be around that time. So this reading is going up in 2024. So I am looking at 2025 right now. But yeah, literally in January, Venus is going to be in Aquarius. And then it's going to be in Pisces. Yeah, January, February, March, it's going to go back into Pisces. I feel like, oh, in April as well, she's in Pisces. That Piscean energy. So if you're watching this in 2024, I feel like January, February, March, April, those months of 2025 are going to be significant. If you are watching this at a later date, please do feel free to still claim those months, like whenever those months are coming up next. If you did feel called to, if you wanted to check when is Venus going to be in Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces next from whenever you're watching, of course you're welcome to do that. But if you don't feel like doing that, then that's probably a sign that you don't have to. So yes, anyway, back to future me. I think that is everything for this part of the reading. We're gonna take it over to the extended now, where we're going to see how is your soulmate gonna feel about you and about everything that went down after the meeting, what's gonna be going through their head, what are they gonna do next, or what's gonna happen next after the meeting. And then for those of you who do want to ask a little yes or no of have you already met this person before, we will be doing that. But we'll also do a yes or no where you can choose any question that you like. So, oh my gosh, I forgot to roll the dice. Okay, we're back. We have done the dice. So if that sounds good to you, and you would like to join me in the extended reading, I'm gonna have that link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're gonna leave the reading here, I wanna say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings, just like this one. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and literally anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your person, to their higher self, to anyone else who appeared in this reading, to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the fluorite, this is going to be your reading all about how, where, and when you will meet your soulmate. So we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended today. For the reading on YouTube, we're going to be doing this spread. So we're going to start with a row of tarot cards, and we are going to see your energy and your soulmate's energy at the time of your meeting, as well as your dynamic between each other. And we're going to be looking at both your inner worlds and your outer world. So the inner world would be like, what is going on emotionally? What's going on inside of you? What are you processing right now? Your outer world is going to be like what is actually happening in your life, in your external circumstances around the time of your meeting. So you may be able to use this part to get an idea for how soon your meeting with your soulmate is, because if what I'm describing sounds like exactly what you're going through, then you're probably going to meet them pretty soon. So once we do that, then we are going to see the specifics of where you are meeting, how you are meeting, what you are doing together during this meeting. We're going to see how you are thinking and feeling and how they are thinking and feeling during the meeting. And then at the very end, we're going to roll some dice to see any hints about when this might be happening. So that is the reading here on YouTube. Then for the extended, we're going to see how will your soulmate feel after meeting you? How are they going to feel about you? How are they going to feel about what went down? And what are they going to do next? What is their next action going to be? Or just what will happen next? What is this meeting going to lead to for the two of you? And then for those of you who are curious after hearing this reading, if you've maybe already met this person, we're going to do a quick yes or no to see whether you have met this person already, but we will also do another yes or no where you can ask any question that you would like. So that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. We're gonna start with, I just saw 222. We are gonna start with the energies surrounding your meeting. So I will ask your spiritual team to come through. If there's any member of your spiritual team in particular whom you would like to hear from today, that includes higher selves and that includes spirit itself. Just keep them in your mind as I'm shuffling. So group number 2's spiritual team, thank you for being here. And can we please see a card to represent group number 2's inner world at the time of meeting their soulmate? We have, okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to take reversals yet. Let me just see. For your outer world, we have the Seed of Thunder, which is the Page of Swords. For your soulmate's inner world, we have the Lovers and the Root of Thunder, which is the Knight of Swords. I think that these are in reverse. Yeah, these are going to stay in reverse. And then for the dynamic between the two of you, we have the Three of Stones in the upright, the Three of Pentacles in the upright. So starting over here with your energy, so this is the energy that you are going to be in when you meet your soulmate. And I can interpret this in a couple of different ways. For some of you, you might be feeling like there's something missing from your life, especially in matters of the heart. In your heart, it feels like something is missing. There might be a love that you are looking for, a sense of peace, a sense of fulfillment, or a sense of belonging that you are searching for. For others of you, it could actually be that you have everything that you want. So it's like everything that you once wanted, now you have it, but now you've maybe gotten a bit comfortable with it and you're starting to long for a new challenge. So I guess in either sense, there's a feeling of something is missing, or we need to do something new, or we need to do something different. And this Page of Swords, this could indicate you being honest with yourself about this truth. So listening to what your heart is telling you from a non-judgmental place, and listening to it from a solution-oriented place of, I'm going to assume that we can do something about this and that we don't have to dwell in these feelings. and that the lesson here is not to just deal with it or just to get over it or just be grateful for what you do have. That's not this kind of situation. It's if you feel like something is wrong or something is missing or you need something different, you have the power to go out there and change it. So for those of you who do resonate more with the I feel like something is missing in my heart, I think you could be spending a lot of time thinking about what that is, because it might not be what you think it is. You might have to do a little bit of digging and figure out exactly what it is that your soul is longing for at this time, and then figuring out your plan of action to bring that into your life. I just noticed that the the dice are still on group number one's things, which I usually would clear them away before starting a new group, but maybe you need to see these. There's a Libra, a Venus, and a Saturn. So these energies could be significant to you. Someone could have Saturn in Libra, someone could have Venus in Libra. But let's put these away because we're gonna roll them anew for you at the end of this reading. Which maybe there's a message for you in that something in your life has overstayed its welcome and something needs to be cleared away. But for those of you who resonate more with the I got everything I want and now I just feel like I've gotten comfortable, and you're looking for more excitement in your life or you're looking for a new challenge, I feel like you would be in the energy of brainstorming what you want your next endeavor to be or what you want to do in your next chapter. It's like you're getting a little bit of, I just heard travel bug, but I think that could also be symbolic in that you're just itching to embark on a new journey. So that's the energy that you are going to be in around the time of meeting your soulmate. And then for your soulmate's energy, they're actually internally in quite a similar energy. Not only do they feel that something is missing from their life, they have this acute awareness that whatever is currently in their life is not the right thing. So, for example, maybe they realize that what's missing from their life is companionship, it's friendship. Then also paired with that awareness is the awareness of like, my current friends are not right for me. Or what's missing from their life is a soulmate and they're like, my current relationship is not right for me. It would likely have to do with relationships just because this is the Lover's card. But also I just got a very specific image of someone who's in a band and they're like, I don't like my bandmates. And it's not like they want to quit being in a band, just maybe not with these people. They could be having a realization of, I know I'm on the right track, I just don't want to do it with these people. I don't want to do it with this team or with this company. And they feel like what's missing, whatever is missing from their life, these people cannot give it to me. The support that I need, the inspiration that I need, the uplifting energy, the energy to challenge me and to hold me accountable or to bring the best out of me. Whatever it is they feel like is missing, they have this awareness that the person or people I'm with are not gonna do that for me. However, I feel like they've just been sitting with this, they will have been sitting with this realization for quite some time, and they've not really done anything about it because they have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which to me feels like a lack of action. It also kind of feels like stalling, and it feels like an inability to speak up. Maybe they're worried about hurting someone's feelings. They could be worried about letting people down. I feel like this is someone who thinks a lot about others and kind of centers others and centers others' comfort and others' convenience and centers others' expectations. But it's kind of that's not good. You might think you're doing something good for the other person, by keeping that stuff from them, but you're actually not. You're not doing them any favors by sticking around in a situation that you don't want to be in, because you're just delaying. It has to happen eventually. And so the sooner you let them know, the sooner they can process it and move on and find other paths. But the more you delay it, the more you delay the other party moving on as well. So they kind of think, they're like, oh, I don't want to mess things up for these other people. I don't want to inconvenience them. But I think it's a Band-Aid that needs to be ripped off. This other person or people or this group, whatever it might be. And so around the time of meeting you, they would be in this energy of, I know that I'm not meant to be here, or I've identified what is wrong. I haven't reached a place where I have the courage to do something or say something about it. And I wonder if some of you guys, like with this bird and the nests in reverse, you could have left your nest, so to speak. Maybe you moved out from living with your family and moved into your own place, or maybe you left your hometown or left your home country. And there might be something about that that's inspiring to this person, because whatever they're trying to walk away from, I feel like you've done it on a much larger scale. And they might realize how petty is the word that's coming to my mind. And I don't want to say objectively that what they're going through is petty, but they might feel that way when they realize everything that you have done to free yourself and to leave your nest and to choose a better life for yourself. I think it's going to be inspiring to them. I just hear them being like, here I am complaining about blah, 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 and you've made this huge transition in your life, and you've left all these things behind to pursue your dreams, and I'm complaining about this and that. They might not have a lot of people to talk to about what they're going through, because when you don't have someone to talk to and you let these issues stew in your head, it tends to seem a lot more daunting and scarier than when you share it with someone. It feels lighter. So I feel like they're kind of stuck in their head about this issue, and talking to you about it will make them realize, damn, it really doesn't have to be this difficult. I just got to do what needs to be done. In the middle, we have, for your dynamic, we have the Three of Stones, 1331, as I started talking about this card, which is a mirroring number, 1331. So that could be a sign that you're mirroring each other. Someone could be born on the 13th or the 31st as well, or be 31 years old, or 2013 could be a significant year. This definitely gives the feeling of teamwork, collaborating, working together. So when you meet, it's going to be because you have a shared goal and you're working towards something together, or you're working towards the same things, and you can help each other in some way. So let's look into the specifics. The specifics of your meeting. Where is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? What are you going to be doing? So we're going to use the transparent tarot for this. The place, the circumstances, the events unfolding during your meeting. We have the Fool. The Nine of Wands. And we have the Six of Wands. Oh my gosh, I love these together because, okay, we're gonna get into it. I just really like these together. With the Fool here, when it comes to how you're meeting someone, there's generally a feeling of unexpectedness. You didn't really plan to meet each other. You might have not even known when you woke up that day that you were going to be meeting. It feels serendipitous. You're just running into each other. The reason I like this so much is because first, these two cards came out. And I thought how different they are. The butterfly is spreading their wings. They are soaring to great heights. They are free. They believe in the magic of life. The Nine of Wands literally looks like they are in a cage. So we have this free energy and we have this caged energy, and that totally represents the duality of your energies, where at the time of your meeting, you are more in this free energy because you have freed yourself. Freed yourself from your comfort zone, from or getting too comfortable or getting too complacent in your life, and not settling and answering that call within you that said, I want to do something new, or I want to do something greater. Or freeing yourself by facing the truth that something was missing and that you have the power to go looking for it. Admitting that you're not happy with something, or admitting that you're not satisfied with something, takes a lot of courage. And both of you have done that. Both of you had the courage to admit that something in your life was not working. It just seems like you were a little bit ahead in getting the courage to do something about it or to make a plan about it. And so I feel like you are this free butterfly and they are this caged person who is holding on. Another reason they may be holding on is just because of how long they have been in this situation. The idea of starting from zero might seem daunting to them. But literally, like, you have zero on your card, the Fool. And maybe a lot of people, a lot of outside looking in people would think it's foolish to give up everything you've accumulated until now and start fresh. You know, what do you mean you've been in this industry for 20 years? What do you mean you're starting over in a new field? Like, it's too late for that. You know, a lot of closed-minded, outside looking in people might say something like that, and you might have those voices in your head that you've internalized, but the Fool is like, I don't care. That's the beauty. The Fool doesn't care. The Fool does not care. And so that's the energy you're going to be in when you meet, and they're in this energy. But then look at this, we have Victory, and doesn't this look like someone who is dismantling their cage and freeing themselves? So I feel like you're meeting in a chance encounter and striking up a conversation, and you talking to you is like that final push that they needed to break free. It could be because of something you say to them. You could literally be giving them advice on their situation, or just hearing your story and hearing what you have done. They're like, damn, I gotta free myself. Talking to you makes them feel confident. It makes them feel like the world is big. You know that expression, there's plenty of fish in the sea? I think you remind them of that there's a big world out there, and there's so much that the universe has in store for them. They are not doomed to be here forever, and they're not limited to this forever. It almost just feels like striking up a conversation, striking up small talk. That's the feeling of your meeting. And for some reason, when I imagine it, you're like outside. You could be, I don't know why I'm getting the image. I got an image of a club for group one, and now I'm getting the image of a bar. Like two people going outside of a bar to smoke, and like they just start talking. Which I don't even know if you attend bars or smoke, you might not even do that, but it could also just be symbolic, you know, in that little in-between moment. Maybe you both work in the same office building, but in different, you know, like your companies both rent offices in the same building, and you both stepped into the elevator at the same time, or you both stepped outside for some fresh air at the same time. Or you're sitting at the bus stop, you're sitting on the train, You're sitting in a waiting room. It's that kind of feeling in an in-between phase. Because when you're on a bus or train, you're in between your origin and your destination. When you're in a waiting room, it feels like an in-between space. I don't know how to describe it. Or like when you just stepped outside. There's that kind of feeling to it. And then for whatever reason, because you're strangers at this point, and for whatever reason, one of you's like, I think I'm gonna talk to this person. Yeah, I don't think there's others around either. I think you might be with other people and you kind of left your group. Maybe you're waiting in line for something. Maybe you're waiting in line for the bathroom, or I don't know. Like you've kind of both stepped out of your main events and you're in this in-between space. And it's quiet, and you just start talking to each other. Yeah. So let's see, what are you going to be thinking and feeling during this meeting? We have lessons learned. And yeah, this is literally your energy. Let's go on an adventure. Lessons learned, let's go on an adventure. I also just heard hostel, so you could be staying in the same hostel with this person. They are thinking commitments. That's a lot. I'm not gonna take all of these, but that just shows how much is going through their mind when they're talking to you, and how many emotions you're bringing up for them. If only we could travel back in time. I also read this, if only we could travel, because hostel came to my mind, meeting on a vehicle came to my mind. That's not going to be for all of you, but maybe you're talking about the travels that you've had, or the travels that you want to do in the future, or you meet while you're away from your home. I also wonder if, looking at their energy, the first time I saw commitment, honestly, I thought it was so sweet, because at this point you're still a stranger, but you're impacting their life in such a profound way, and you're giving them the courage that they need to make a very important decision in their life to free themselves. And I feel like after talking to you, they're like, I have to go through with it, because they almost feel like to honor you and to make a promise to you that they're gonna do it. Which I just find that so sweet and so endearing, because you'd only had one exchange at that point. It's like, I don't know why Spirit's coming in with the nightlife examples today, but if you're a girl, you've maybe had the experience of becoming best friends with a girl in the bathroom, like when you're at a club. And so maybe you're in a toxic relationship and you start talking to this girl, and she's like, oh my God, you have to leave him. You have to leave him. Like, he's not good for you. And then after that day, you're like, I gotta do it for Jessica. Even though you're just like these two girls who had one conversation, you're like, I gotta do it for her. I gotta honor. I told her I was gonna do it, and she gave me strength. And they're getting that kind of feeling from you. It's almost like they want to honor you in making this decision, because the exchange that you had felt so real and it felt so powerful, and they want to make sure that it amounts to something. I also thought that maybe they could be in a previous commitment when they meet you and almost have this feeling of, I wish we had met earlier. Imagine if this is a romantic connection, and maybe when you first meet, they're in a relationship with someone else, and they're kind of thinking, if only I had met you first, which is a bit scandalous, but they could be thinking that. They could be thinking that. Or there's some reason, or maybe honestly it could be even, I wish we had met sooner because you could have stopped me from entering into this commitment before I ever did it. You could have talked me out of taking this job, and then versus meeting now and I'm already in it. There's a feeling of where were you? Where have you been? Like they wish they had met you sooner. You are definitely reviewing lessons that you have previously learned in the exchange with this person. This may even be one of those situations where through you giving advice to another person, you realize things for yourself. That can happen even when you're doing a reading. Like you're doing a reading for someone else and you're like, damn, there's a message for me in there. I should be paying attention right now. I should be taking notes. Like through giving them advice, you could be realizing important things about how you want to move forward. Certain things could be clicking for you about your own life. So in a way, their soul is teaching you too, or helping you learn too. You may really feel like you want to see this person again, that you want to go somewhere with them. You may even choose at this time to do something spontaneous. To, you know, do you want to go somewhere else? Do you want to get out of here? Like that kind of vibe. Or I'm going on a hiking trip tomorrow. Do you want to come? You might do some kind of really spontaneous invitation to this person. Or if you do, you should know that they would emphatically say yes. So the last thing we're going to do is roll some dice to see any hints about when this meeting is going to be happening. So I'm just taking 3 random dice from my bag. We have Venus again. Whoop. We have 10. And we have Neptune. If you are familiar with your birth chart, when Venus is passing through your 10th house, or when Venus is passing through your 12th house, which will actually happen pretty close to each other, because, and I just looked this up recently, but Venus does not take that long to go around the sun. So from the moment she's in your 10th house to the moment she's in your 12th house, it's not going to be that long. So 10th, 11th, or 12th house, when she's going through there, could be significant. Neptune, I mean, Neptune moves really slowly, so that's not super helpful. But Neptune could be in your 10th house, or it could be in your 2nd house or your 7th house. Yeah. The number 10 could also be significant in the sense of something taking 10 weeks or taking 10 months or the month of October. Honestly, it could even be 10 days. Feel free to claim that if that resonates with you. But this is what I am seeing. So we're going to move into the extended now, where we see how is your person going to feel after this meeting? What are they going to do next? Or what will happen after this meeting? What is this going to lead to? For those of you who are thinking that you've maybe already met this person, we're going to do a quick yes or no card pull to see if this is maybe the person you think it is, or if this is someone you already know. And we will also do a quick yes or no where you get to decide what the question is. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, we're gonna have that link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're gonna leave the reading here, I wanna say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your person, to their higher self, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number threes, so if you guys chose the Celestite, this is going to be your reading. I just wanted to share a message that came through right before I started filming. It was trust that your body knows what it's doing. I think we often talk about tuning in and listening to our bodies, but this sort of gave a feeling of someone is concerned. Maybe it's like they're confused about what their body is doing or what their body is asking of them or how their body is reacting to something. And there's a feeling of your body is doing its job and it's doing it well and it's smart and it knows what it's doing and everything is going to be okay. I think someone needs to hear that message. So on to your reading now. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended today. So on YouTube, this is the spread that we're going to be doing. We are going to start by taking a row of tarot cards, and I just saw 111, and we are going to see your energy and your soulmate's energy at the time of meeting, as well as your dynamic between each other. And we're going to be looking at both your inner worlds and your outer worlds. So your inner world will be things like what you are going through emotionally, what you are currently processing, what you're currently thinking about, and your outer world will be the circumstances that you're in, the events that are going on in your life at the time that you meet each other. And so you may be able to use this part of the reading to get an idea of how soon your meeting is, because if what I'm describing for you sounds like exactly what you are going through right now, then that's a strong sign that you will be meeting them very soon. So once we do that, we are going to get into the specifics of where you're meeting, how you are meeting, and what you are doing together. And we're going to see how you are thinking and feeling and how they are thinking and feeling during this meeting. And then at the very end, we're going to roll some dice to see any hints about when this meeting is going to happen. Since starting filming, I have seen 111 and 222, so those could be significant to you. Actually, every group so far, I've seen like a 22, 222, 22, 22, which makes sense because it is a soulmate reading. But anyway, in the extended, we are going to see how your soulmate will feel afterwards. So how are they going to feel about you? How are they going to feel about how this meeting went? What's going to be on their mind? And what will they do next? What is their next move towards you? Or what is going to be happening next between the two of you? What is this meeting going to lead to for you? And then for those of you who feel like you have maybe met this person before, we're gonna do a quick yes or no card pull to see whether you have met this person already. But we'll also do a yes or no where you get to choose what the question is. So you could do just one of these, you could do both of them. It is up to you. So that is the reading for today. And thank you so much for being here. And let's get into it. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I need to clear my throat. Okay. Yeah, it feels like someone getting ready to announce something, like, or like someone wanting to make their presence known. There could be a guide or even your soulmate's higher self who has been around you and they're like, ahem, I'm right over here. I've been trying to talk to you, but you're not listening. You have a guide or someone's higher self is saying that. Listen to what I have to say. I'm also hearing stop acting like you don't know me. Which could be a human saying that, but it could also be like if your soulmate's higher self has been popping up, their energy or messages from them, and they could be saying like, stop acting like you don't see the signs, or yeah, stop acting like you don't know me. So we're gonna ask your spiritual team to come through. If there's a specific member of your spiritual team you would like to hear from today, and this includes higher selves, this includes spirit itself, just keep them in your mind as I'm shuffling. Group number 3's spiritual team, thank you for being here. Can we please get a card to represent group number 3's inner world at the time of meeting their soulmate? We have the sun in the upright. I don't think I need to cover this, but just in case, I will put a little Larimar. For your outer world, we have the Seed of Stones, which is the Page of Pentacles. Aw, you're in a good energy. For your soulmate's energy, we have the High Priestess for their inner world and the Tower in reverse for their outer world. And then, whoop, for your dynamic, oh, I'm not going to take all of those, but a lot of cards just fell out. A lot of cards just fell out again. A lot of cards coming out for the dynamic between the two of you. You could have a relationship with this person that is very multifaceted, or as souls, you could just have a very long history with each other. I just realized that the majority of your cards are major arcana. So you're definitely, this is a pretty lead role kind of soulmate. They're in your closer soul group, in your immediate soul group. And you have a long story with them. Your connection has many facets. For the dynamic between the two of you, we have the Chariot in the reverse, which is another freaking major arcana, and also Justice at the bottom of the deck, which is another major arcana. So this is a pretty high level soulmate, or a pretty immediate soul family kind of soulmate, if you want to put it that way. Why am I thinking they would be in your top 8 on MySpace? I don't even know. Is it top 8? I was a little bit, I think I was a bit younger than the MySpace era, but anyway. Or like you would have each other on speed dial, something like that. You would be each other's emergency contact. You have that level of closeness with each other. I'm sorry I'm saying all these weird things. Let's get into it. So, you seem to be in a very lovely energy at the time that you are meeting your soulmate. Your outer world is the Seed of Stones, or the Page of Pentacles. So this means that you could have either just started a new job, or you have started to study something new. You have started to develop a new skill or explore a talent of yours that you had previously not really explored. You may have started to get And for some reason, it's coming through as a little bit. You're starting to get a little bit of money. So this could be that you're starting to get financial freedom, or even if you already have money, there could be an income stream that is starting to pick up a little bit. You're starting to get a bit of money from something. It's just coming through that way. And because of this, you have the freedom now to invest more in hobbies and passions, things that are not the bare necessities. You can invest in things that light you up, in things that make you happy, in things that enrich your life. You have a bit of disposable income to do this, and that makes you very happy. You're investing in yourself. You, dear, seem very, they feel like innocence. They also feel a little bit naive or inexperienced, but I think this is you just stepping into a new world with a beginner-like wonder, or with a childlike wonder, and just being so excited at all of the new things that you know you're going to learn, and all of the new experiences that you know you're going to have. While you could be generating income from this journey, I think mostly it's just something that you're doing for fun, and you're not doing it for a desire to perform up to a certain standard or to prove yourself either. It's just for enjoyment. And so any challenges, any unknowns, it makes you excited. It's like, oh, I can't wait to learn. I can't wait to see what all this is about. You're in a kind of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, I'm eager to learn. It's my first day of school. I'm so excited. You're in this kind of energy when you meet your soulmate. And I want to say this energy is infectious. Because when you step into this new space, there's going to be people who have been in that space for years already, and who have maybe started to lose the spark for it. And when you come in with your new passion and your fresh ideas and your excitement and your curiosity, it's going to rub off on people. This is a strange example, but it would be like if you had a child and you get to re-experience the world through their eyes as if everything is new and exciting again. And so it brings back a new twinkle to life. And you are like the child who is stepping into this new space. And so even the veterans of that space feel lit up by your enthusiasm. And so if they were starting to get tired or lose inspiration, you are bringing it back in. And so your new energy is very welcome in this space. I think you're having a lot of fun, or you're getting to express yourself. Maybe you're being creative and you're being a very active participant. So for example, if this was you taking a class or studying something, I feel like you would be constantly raising your hand in class and asking thoughtful questions, or sharing your thoughts, or even trying to figure out if there's anything extracurricular you can do, if there's any extra assignments, because you just like it so much, and everybody around you loves how much you like it. This is making me very emotional, because I also know that there are situations where we get excited about something and other people find it annoying. Like, ugh, can you just calm down? When you get excited or passionate about something and then you feel embarrassed and you stop showing your excitement. That's not this at all. You're showing your excitement and everybody loves it, and everybody's eating it up, and everybody else is getting excited too. So yeah, you seem to be in a wonderful energy. Your soulmate seems to be going through something pretty intense, but they're navigating the situation very well. You are, I don't know if it doesn't have to be older soul, younger soul, but you seem to be more in a playful and childlike energy, and maybe that's just what life is asking of you right now. And for your soulmate, life is asking of them to be more serious and to be more disciplined. That's just the energy that is needed. You probably both have both of these energies in you, but they're maybe going through something a bit heavier, something a bit darker, but I'm hearing they can see in the dark. They know how to navigate this situation. The wisdom of their soul knows how to navigate this situation. They may be going through a period of loss or grief that is unprecedented in their life, and yet they feel this innate knowing of how to handle it. It feels almost instinctual, where they're just like, I know what to do. That might even surprise them. Like, this has never happened to me before. Why do I feel like I know how to navigate this situation? But they're doing a very good job at handling the heavy energies in their life right now. Something might be coming back around. Why do I want to say coming back around to haunt them? The Tower in the upright would represent something that has fallen apart. In the reverse, rather than rebuilding, it feels more like something unwanted coming back for them. It could be unprocessed emotions that are coming back. It could be a person re-entering their life that they're really like, ugh, you know? For example, someone who betrayed them, someone who mistreated them, coming back into their life, and they're like, whoa, what the heck? No, like they don't want that energy. It could even be something spiritual, like an unwanted spiritual energy, evil eye, or some kind of negative entity that is around them, and they're warding that off. They're swimming through some dark waters right now, but they're not losing focus. These past energies, these past energies coming back, it's like we don't even need to touch them. It's almost like they're coming up as a test, or they're coming up as a distraction. And they have to just stay the course. They have to not get pulled into that past energy. So maybe it's not unprocessed emotions from the past. Maybe it's stuff that they have processed, but that is still trying to pull them back in. Like an ex trying to get back to you, and you're like, no, our soul contract is over. You can't trick me into getting back with you. Like some old dark energies are trying to tempt them back. Could even be old habits, and they're like, no, I'm done with you. I'm gonna navigate through this grief and navigate through this loss or these heavy energies in a wise way, in a healthy way. Oh, so maybe they could be at kind of a low point in their life. And that can be when you start to feel tempted to turn to bad coping mechanisms, you know, like, oh my gosh, I just lost my job and I'm sad. I'm gonna get back with my ex, because you just want to like put on a band-aid, or I'm gonna start using this substance again, or, you know, like past things could be coming up to tempt them back, because those entities sense that they're in a vulnerable place, and they're like, nope, I know what I'm doing. I know that there's light at the end of this tunnel, you know, where the old energies are trying to convince them that there's no light and you should just give up and you should just come back to me. And they're like, no, I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I know that the outcome of this situation is positive, and I'm going to keep going. They're not falling for energetic trickery, for like negative energies trying to pull them back, and they're going to stay the course and come out to that light at the end of the tunnel. Damn, they're going through some intense stuff. With the Chariot in reverse, I feel like neither of you are going to be actively looking for each other, or actively moving towards each other, or actively pulling on each other's energy at the time that you meet. So it's probably going to be, and actually you keep slipping away from each other. I feel like this could be a shared spirit guide that you and your soulmate have, or it could be spirit itself. And she looks kind of stern, you know? I feel like you're these two fish who keep slipping away from each other, and spirit's like, like picks both of you up like these fish. And it's like, well, y'all just get your shit together and meet each other already. You keep going in different directions. It's like when you go out with your kids and one of them is running that way and one of them is running the other way and you're like, oh my gosh, just yeah, what can I say? Free spirits. But I mean, I think you're meant to come together soon, but you're just not, it's like you're not focused on it, which is fine, but it's like you're not looking where you're going. Yeah. And maybe that's why there is that spirit guide clearing their throat. All right, so let's see the specifics of your meeting. Where is this gonna happen? How is this gonna happen? What are you gonna do during this meeting? Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. You are going to be in an environment where your best selves can come forward, which leads me to believe that you're not going to be caught off guard by this meeting. Maybe you'll even have some notice or have some time to prepare. I feel like you're going to be looking your best. You could be dolled up. You could be in an environment that allows you to show your gifts or your talents or your knowledge, your expertise. Yeah, you have time to prepare and you have to time to refine the best qualities of you. Just an example to make this really easy to understand. Let's say you're an amazing pianist. When you meet, there's gonna be a piano there so that you can basically show off, show off what you're made of and show off how cool you are. You know, it's not much use bragging about how good you are at playing the piano if you cannot prove it. And if there's no piano there, you cannot prove it. So you have, it's like, sometimes when I meet people and I tell them I'm a tarot reader, they're like, oh my gosh, can you do a reading for me? And I'm like, I don't have cards. But if I did, I could do it. You will have whatever tools you need to make the best impression possible. So both of you, but you will definitely be in a place where you feel like you are in your element. And actually the nature of this environment, it could be that you are showing off something or you are presenting, performing, you are hosting something. Because this is actually backwards. It's meant to go this way, but I felt called to do it this way. So like you are showing something to them. You are presenting something to them. The word upper hand is coming to my mind. I don't think there's a power dynamic between the two of you, but just in this initial interaction, you might be the one whose gifts are really being highlighted. They find your energy. I mean, a lot of people find your energy infectious, but they find your energy infectious as well. I'm hearing they find you hot respectfully. So this hot, it's not necessarily in a romantic or a sexual way, although it could be, but just in like a, oh my gosh, you're so cool. You're hot and you're cool. Get you someone who can do both. They might ask about something that is on your body. That sounds really weird, sorry. What I mean is like, if you were wearing an interesting accessory, or if you have a tattoo, or something like that. Oh, where did you get your nails done? Or what does that tattoo mean? Or that hairstyle is really cool. Something on your person, you know? Also, looking at this queen, this person might think that you look good with short hair. So if you have short hair, they think it looks good. If you don't, that might just be, they might be like, you would look good with a bob, or not that you may or may not care, but that's just something that's coming through. Okay, we have 3 cards that came out all at once. We have the King of Cups. So you have a Queen and a King, and they're both offering something to each other. You are offering the Wand. You are offering your talents. You're offering inspiration. You are a bringer of spark. You are a bringer of passion. And that's what you are bringing to this person. I wonder if this new space you're stepping into is a space that we were talking about, like people who have been in this space for a long time and maybe they're losing a bit of passion for it, and you're bringing that right back. So they could be in that space, and you sharing your gifts with them re-inspires them. It makes whatever they're doing feel new and fresh again. This exchange is very healing for them too, with them coming through as the King of Cups. We have the 9 of Cups. So this might be a wish come true for one of you, or both of you, or like a dream come true. We also have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is working together. Working together, teamwork, collaboration, sharing work ethic. But being in an environment, I don't think you're in a cutthroat or stressful environment. I think you're in an environment that's very easy breezy. I'm hearing it's slow. You can take your time. So this is not a quick interaction. You might be spending like at least an hour together. You might be spending several hours together. I'm also hearing they're going to be surprised by your age, which it could be that they're surprised at how much you have accomplished by a certain age. Or they might have thought like you look younger than you actually are, or something like that. Yeah. Or the wisdom that you have, they can't believe, they thought you were older because of like the way you carry yourself or your confidence. You're offering the Wand, which is that spark, that rekindling. They're offering the Cup. I do feel like you'll receive validation from this interaction. They are giving a bit of like senpai energy, or just someone you respect. They are healing your inner child because, and this kind of goes back to that experience of showing what you're passionate about and then people shitting on it, or people thinking it's annoying that you're so excited. But to have it validated by this person is healing to your inner child. It's healing to your inner child that was so excited, that was so creative, that was so expressive. Your expressions are being validated. This person is very gentle and very sweet and very kind, but they might have a kind of, this owl just looks intimidating as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like that stare, they kind of give the vibe of someone who looks a bit intimidating, or maybe they look kind of scary, like a resting RBF, resting bitch face kind of vibe, but then they're very just like, I'm also hearing they're soft-spoken. They're just very soft and gentle and sweet, which for some reason, if you were to judge a book by its cover, you might not think that about them. They may be offering to support you or to take care of you in some way. They want to sustain the connection. They don't want this to be like a one-time thing. Yeah. This will probably further your career or increase your income in some way as well. This person is very generous. generous with their time, with their advice, with their feedback, sharing secrets, sharing trade secrets. They're not an oversharer, but again, I feel like that's looks being deceiving. They seem like they would be someone who's really closed off and mysterious and secretive, but they're actually pretty open and talkative. Yeah. You may come together for a goal of working on something, but you might end up sharing about your personal lives and just kind of interacting from heart to heart, from person to person. They might treat you to something, you know, treat you to a meal, treat you to drinks, or give you something for free. Normally, you would have to pay a lot of money for this, but they'll just give it to you for free. Like, I remember one time, someone who was a producer, they just like gave me a microphone because they didn't need it. And to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, this expensive microphone. But for them, they're probably like, oh, that's pocket change, you know? Or even giving you software that you would have to buy, giving you their password. Like, I'm thinking of when you give someone your Netflix password so they don't have to buy Netflix. It's like, it's that kind of vibe. They're hooking you up in some way, saving you money or helping you make money, just because they're generous. Okay, so next we're gonna see how each of you is feeling and thinking during this meeting. How are you feeling? I feel like you're gonna be spending a lot of time thinking about what they are thinking and what's going through their head, and spending a lot of time trying to read them. And you may think a lot about the interaction and think a lot about everything that played out afterwards. We have absolutely not and once bitten, twice shy. I feel like the reason we saw you as a slippery fish moving away from your soulmate is because to move towards your passion is to move towards your soulmate. And there was a time in the past where because we have once bitten, twice shy, and absolutely not. You know, it's like if you pursued something and you got burned and then Spirit's like, do it again, you're gonna be like, fuck no, like, what do you, you know? There was a time where you tried to go after something you were passionate about, and it maybe led to disappointment or even feelings of shame, embarrassment, maybe feeling like a big effort was wasted. And you're releasing that hurt from the past. This meeting is going to heal a lot for you. It may erase a lot of narratives that you had saved in your hard drive about the past. You could be reframing your past as well. Things that you looked back on and thought, oh, I was so cringe during that time. I was so embarrassing. I was so dumb. I was so bad at XYZ. I didn't know what I was doing. No, like, this is healing you retroactively. It's healing your present and it's healing your past. And you're looking back and going, no, actually, past me was awesome. Past me was talented. Past me was doing the right things. Past me was setting me up so that I could have these successes now. I'm not gonna first of all, past me did not have failures. Past me had learning experiences. And I'm not gonna let the discomfort of those stop me from pursuing my dreams today, because they went through those for a reason. Something about this is reconnecting you to your past self and helping you fall in love with and show appreciation for your past self. How are they're thinking of relocating. Okay. We have 2 R's in your oracle cards, release and relocating. So R could be, someone's name could start with an R. Relocating. Maybe they want to like go somewhere else with you. Ooh, ask and you shall receive. Okay. Like, because I feel like there's two parts to your meeting. The first part is you're working on something. The second part is leisurely. So I don't know, it's like the energy of, just an example, but it's like the energy of two colleagues who are working overtime together to finish this project, and then they finish it and one of them's like, oh my gosh, it's so late, we haven't eaten dinner, are you hungry? Do you want to go get some, like, why am I thinking of like, maybe I'm thinking of a K-drama where like, maybe, I don't know, one or both of you watches K-drama, but it just felt like something that would happen in a K-drama where they like finished work, they're working overtime and now it's midnight, and then the female protagonist's stomach grumbles and she's like embarrassed about it, and then oppa treats her to some like tteokbokki or something. Like, I don't even watch K-drama like that, I'm just pulling this out of my butt, but I feel like that's something that would happen. So yeah, I feel like they might treat you to a meal after because you worked so hard and you must be hungry. I'm not even gonna say what just came to my mind, but anyway, they might treat you to something after, like, yeah, it feels like dinner. I think so. And they will probably, it's not like they're asking you out because your dynamic is not like that yet. I don't get the sense that there's any romantic stuff going on here in your first meeting. So they're probably just genuinely interested in you. I don't even think this necessarily needs to be a romantic connection. But it's coming through a lot that they find you hot. And again, that does not even have to be a romantic thing. They could just find you very platonically hot. Like friend that I low-key, like MILF, but like FTI. Friend that I low-key, if the opportunity was ever there, I would not say no, but I'm also not pursuing it actively. Like, you could have that vibe with this person. They're, you know, take it how it resonates, but I definitely feel like there could be some tension there. For some of you, and maybe that's even just like you're picking up on past life stuff, I don't know, but I don't think that this first meeting leads to anything romantic right away. I think they're asking you out, so to speak, just as appreciation for your hard work or something like that, or to celebrate your amazing gifts that you shared with them or something like that. Yeah, so next, finally, we're gonna roll some dice, and we're gonna see any hints about when this is happening. We have the number 9. We have the number 4. Oh, that was funny because we saw there was 9 and 3 here. 1993, 1994 could be significant, or like September 3rd, September 4. Someone could be 39 or 49. And then we have Jupiter. So, ooh. Okay, first I'm gonna say, if you are familiar with your birth chart, you could be meeting them when Jupiter is in your 4th house or when Jupiter is in your 9th house. Or you could be meeting them when Jupiter is in Cancer, because the 4th house is related to Cancer. Jupiter is entering into Cancer in 2025, which I'm filming this in 2024. Jupiter is in Gemini. It's going to move into Cancer in 2025. So for some of you, this is talking about 2025. Jupiter, the 9th house is Sagittarius. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. You could, yeah, like I think you're meeting this person when you are trying to expand your horizons. Maybe one of you has just relocated. Maybe one of you is furthering their education. That's just Jupiter and Sag type vibes. It could be, no, that's too confusing. The numbers 4 and 9, it could be 4 months, could be 9 months. It could be between the months of April and September, which I know is a pretty big window, but around that time, like mid-year vibes. Yeah. Something about like Jupiter being in your sign, or like your sun being conjunct Jupiter, or your ruling planet being conjunct Jupiter. That's what I was gonna say, and I was like, I feel like that's too elaborate. But if you're into astrology, that might be easy for you to check, you know? Like, for example, I'm in Aries, Mars is my ruling planet. So if this is my reading, like when Mars conjuncts Jupiter, that could be an important time, you know, something like that. So feel free to ignore me if that's like too much, but something to look into if you feel called to it. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. We're gonna go into the extended now, where we see how is your person gonna feel after meeting you? How are they gonna feel about you and what happened, and just what are they gonna be thinking about in general? What are they gonna do next? Their next action towards you, or what is happening next between the two of you? Where is all of this gonna lead? And if you would like to ask whether you have met them yet or not, you will have the opportunity to do so in the extended. We're gonna do a quick yes or no card pull to see if maybe you've already met them or not. We'll also do a yes or no card pull for any question of your choice. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your person, to their higher self, and to anyone else who may have appeared in this reading, to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the yellow cat's eye, this is going to be a reading all about how, where, and when you will meet your soulmate. Something that was coming through before I started filming is that you and your soulmate have the same or very similar personality type. And it actually came through in the sense that if you and your soulmate were to take a personality test, your result would be the same, or you would even answer most of the questions in the same way. The only personality types I know of are the MBTI, like the 16 personality types, and Enneagram. There might be more, but there could be something about you and them having the same type. And just knowing each other very well. I was also thinking about, sometimes you see on YouTube with like YouTuber couples or maybe celebrity couples, they will do that challenge of let's see how well you know your partner, and they will write down their answer and then reveal it and see if it's right. I feel like you would nail that together. Also, before I started filming, there's a little ant outside my window, and I don't see ants often, so it stood out to me. So I thought we would check in my spirit animal pocket guide and see if there's an ant passage. That would be at the beginning Yes, there is. Okay, so the ant passage is on page 36, in case that is significant. It's time to get to work on that project that you've been thinking about and see it through to completion. Seek support from your closest friends and family rather than isolating yourself. Stay with it and trust that you'll succeed in accomplishing your dreams, or trust that something better will come your way. Be patient with yourself, those around you, and with any work projects in which you're involved. What I feel when reading this message is that I feel like your soulmate will be one of your biggest supporters. Oh, another thing that might be similar between you guys is love languages, because I was just gonna say, I feel like this person shows love through acts of service, through really showing up and taking actions to support you. So they're going to be a huge support for you, especially in your goals, your dreams, your ambitions. They will lend a hand in whatever way they can to see you succeed, to help you get started pursuing the things you want to do, to help you see projects through and finish them. They will make sure, well, you will make sure that you accomplish your dreams, but if there's any way that they can help, they will make sure that they do it. This person is extremely reliable. They will always be there. I just heard, like, I'm just a phone call away. Whenever you need them, they will be there. And they will drop everything to show up for you when you need them. Okay, so for our reading today, we have the reading here on YouTube as well as the extended. So here on YouTube, we're going to be doing this spread. We're going to start by pulling a row of tarot cards, and we're going to see your energy and your soulmate's energy during your meeting. And this is going to include your inner worlds and your outer worlds. So your inner world would be things like what you're going through emotionally, what you're processing, what you're thinking about. Your outer world would be the events that are unfolding in your life at the time that you meet each other. And this part of the reading could actually help you get an idea of how close you are to meeting them, because if what we're describing sounds exactly like your current situation, that will be a sign that you are going to meet them very soon. So we're going to look at your energy, their energy, and your dynamic between each other at the time that you're meeting. Then we're going to get into the specifics of where you meet, how you meet, what are you doing together, what are your thoughts and feelings during this meeting, and what are their thoughts and feelings. And then at the end, we're going to roll some dice for any hints about when this meeting is going to happen. Then in the extended, we're going to see how will your soulmate feel after meeting you. How are they going to feel about you? How are they going to feel about what happened? And what will they do next? Their next move towards you, or what is happening next in your connection? What will this meeting lead to? And then for those of you who feel like you maybe have already met this person and you want to know if you have, we are going to do a quick yes or no, so you can see if you've already met them. We will also do a yes or no where you can ask whatever question you want. So you may want to watch this message or both of them, but we will be doing 2 yes or no card pulls. So that is the reading that we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So first thing we have to do is find out your energies at the time of meeting. So I'm going to ask your spiritual team to come through now for these messages. If there is a particular member of your spiritual team whom you would like to receive messages from today, and this includes higher selves, this includes spirit itself, just keep them in mind as I'm shuffling. Group number 4's spiritual team, thank you for being here. And ooh, this deck is shuffling nicely. I feel like this deck is shuffling the smoothest that it has today. Your soulmate is just, they're very good at taking care of things and getting things done, taking the initiative to get things done. Okay. Your inner world at the time of meeting your soulmate. They also have, it's such a endearing balance because they're very responsible and reliable, and they also have a very playful side to them. Playful and curious. Like, they can work hard, but they also know how to have fun when it's time to have fun. And I feel like that's just a really lovely balance. I feel like they're mature, they're disciplined, and they also have this lovely, radiant inner child. And they have a good relationship with their inner child. I feel like this person would be an excellent parent, or they are an excellent parent. So we have the Emperor in reverse for their inner world, or for your inner world, although maybe you mirror each other. And the Harvest of Wands for your outer world, which is the King of Wands. For your soulmate's inner world, we have the Eight of Cups. For their outer world, we have the Flower of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And then for your dynamic, we have, okay, I don't really think I need to cover these, but I'm gonna cover it with something yellow because you chose the yellow cat's eye. And I feel like that's so fitting for your soulmate because they just seem like a ray of sunshine kind of energy. They make everything better. They make everything better. There's also something about food coming up. You could share a love of food or have the same favorite foods, or maybe they're a chef, or maybe they're a food blogger, or they are good at baking, or they work in that industry or something like that. They could just be a good cook or enjoy home cooking or something. Okay. So the fact that we have the Seven of Wands for your dynamic, this could indicate that at the stage of your life where you're meeting, you could be both kind of going through it in different ways. I think what I can see that is similar between the two of you is that your external life is objectively going well, but your inner world is not really matching. You are coming through as a king, they're coming through as a queen. The genders don't really matter, just that you're both at very high points in your life. You're both at some kind of peak in your life when you are meeting. You have mastered something, you have garnered success, recognition. You're doing very well for yourselves on your individual journeys. You externally are coming through as this King of Wands. So you have become very successful at the point where you're meeting them, and you've done a lot of it on your own or from your own creativity, your own ideas, your own brilliance is shining through. You're living a lifestyle that is aspirational to a lot of people at this point. Many people admire your courage and your determination to go after what you desire. And people would describe you as someone who has really made it. You've made it. You're living the life. You're living the dream life. In your inner world, we have the Emperor in reverse. So you're definitely feeling disempowered in some way. It could be that you're receiving all of this positive recognition and yet you don't really feel that way yourself. The way you appear outwardly is people think you're so cool, you're so amazing, you're living the best life, but you might not really feel that yourself. It could be that people are mistaken about how much freedom you have. You might actually... Okay, for an example, it would be like if there was a public figure and everyone thought they were super cool and living the dream life, but behind the scenes, that public figure was being controlled. And so there's kind of this feeling of, it's not what you think, I'm being told what to do. And so you think I'm living this amazing life, but there's a lot of freedoms that I don't have. or I didn't really create this. So you might feel like it might even be an imposter syndrome thing where you're getting all this recognition from people and you feel like that, or a lot of praise from people, and you feel like that shouldn't be directed at you. It should be directed at someone else. This is your subjective experience. I don't know what the objective truth is, but it's like all this hype around you and all of this positive recognition and admiration that you're receiving, you don't feel like it is meant for you, or you don't feel like you should be receiving it, or you might feel like they don't get it. They think my life is this and that, but it's not like that. So you're feeling that the attention you're receiving is kind of mismatched from the life that you're living behind the scenes. Or maybe you thought, I thought when I started to receive all this validation that I would feel better about myself, but it's not really doing that. Now I'm also thinking about a public figure again, where in their early days before they got big, they dreamed one day about making it big and receiving all that admiration, and they thought that it would feel so good when they got that. But then once thousands of people start admiring them, it doesn't really change much about how they feel about themselves. I just named a lot of ways to interpret this. Maybe you resonate with one of them or several of them, but I feel like that is your energy around the time that you meet your soulmate. And then on their side, they are doing very well in their career. I think that at the time that you guys meet, they are very wealthy. Maybe they already are. They've really established themselves in their role. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of income. They've worked very hard. I feel like emotionally, they're just kind of over it. It's not like they don't like it anymore. And maybe I can use, I don't know why I'm using public figure as an example so much. Maybe you or your soulmate are a public figure, or you will be in that role at some point, or you used to be in that role at some point. But it's kind of like as if a musician was like got their 30th #1 in their career, and at this point it's like it just doesn't hit the same way. They may just kind of do, yes, they've reached a great point of success, but it's kind of like the same thing over and over again, and it feels like they're kind of over it. And they still enjoy it, it's just not hitting in the same way, or they're wanting to do something deeper, they're wanting to do something more meaningful. They've maybe started to think more about how they can serve others in a more meaningful way, or how they can give back with all of this wealth that they've accumulated. You know, like I've kind of reached the height of my journey, and I want to give back. I want to do something for someone else. For this next stage of my life, I want to center others. I want to help others grow. I want to provide for those who need it. I'm tired of it just being about me and my progress and my growth. Like at this point, my milestones don't even really excite me anymore. I feel like I've proven myself, and I've learned what I need to learn, and I want to nurture someone else or serve others now. Interesting. Like maybe they want to become a mentor, or maybe they want to become like a philanthropist, or just share what they've accumulated rather than just keep accumulating more and more and more for themselves. So okay, let's get into, we have to talk about your dynamic, but just that, I think this is just indicating how both of you are kind of going through it, but I think you're not letting it show. You're still showing up as that strong, I mean, you are strong, but you're showing up and putting your best foot forward and putting your strong face forward, and you're not really letting these dissatisfactions that you're feeling show. Okay, let's look at the specifics of your meeting. Where is this happening? How is it happening? What are you doing together? Things like that. So we have Temperance. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so you're definitely providing a lot of encouragement for each other. I also feel like you're providing a different perspective. Both of you may be dealing with a kind of grass is greener situation where really the lesson is about easing into your current position and enjoying your current position. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but rather than feeling like I need to look somewhere else, or I need something more, or I need to change something, maybe everything you need to be happy is already right here and you just needed a different perspective. And also that there's a feeling of you can do both, or you can have both. You know, like you can keep doing what you're doing and you can try something new. You can keep accumulating your own wealth and you can share your wealth with other people. Like, you might be able to provide a fresh perspective to them that makes them feel less discouraged about their current situation, and vice versa. If you're struggling with imposter syndrome, they might help you realize that a lot of people do, and that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, or that doesn't mean you're in the wrong position. And it may never go away, and maybe complete confidence and complete freedom is an illusion, or being completely satisfied with your career is an illusion. Like, there's always going to be things that are lacking, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't, that you're doing something wrong. Life can be messy like that sometimes. And this is not to say to like become complacent and not strive for more, but just to not think that there's something wrong with you if you feel these kind of insecurities or nagging feelings inside of you. I think both of you are coming out of this meeting feeling like, you know what, I actually do want to keep doing what I'm doing, but I may also try new things, and I may also try new ways of expressing myself. And I think you're both leaving this interaction with a commitment to water your own garden thoroughly before trying to look to greener grasses. So you're definitely motivating each other. On the life paths, the journeys that you're on right now, I'm hearing that it will naturally lead you to each other. So you don't have to go out of your way to find this person. The steps that you are currently taking will naturally lead you to them. I'm also hearing just passing through. You could be meeting when one of you is just passing through. We have, this is like Sagittarius energy, which made me think of travel and foreign lands, and then the Knight, which makes me think of motion, and then we got the World card. So there's heavy feelings of movement, of traveling, of relocation, of faraway places. Yeah, like one of you is just passing through. Maybe one of you is just visiting. Could be something about a layover or an airport, or a situation that you're temporarily in. Maybe one of you is working on a contract, so you're just going to be there for a limited amount of time. This first meeting represents the start of a period where you will be regularly spending time together, but it's not permanent. Someone could also be filling in, like you're filling in for someone for a month, and so you're going to be spending a month with this person, or they're filling in for someone. Or yeah, or there's a contract or a schedule. We're going to be doing something together for X amount of time, and then it's over. And then we move on with our lives. And so if you wanted to keep seeing each other after this time is up, you would have to make the conscious decision to do that. You're pouring into each other. You're pouring into each other. You're balancing each other out. I feel like they have a more grounded energy. Like you're coming out as fire and they're coming out as water and earth. So you might have the more like creative, free spirit kind of energy, and they have the more grounded and practical energy. And I think both of you have both of these, but they're definitely coming out as like the more grounded and practical kind of person. And you might be more spontaneous, adventurous, creative, but you bring that spontaneous side out of them. I also feel like whatever circumstances you're meeting in, they're not really ideal for either of you. Which, again, going back to that filling in, you know, it's like if a company was understaffed or a department was understaffed and then like you had to move into a different department, it's like you don't really want to do it, and that department is like inconvenienced because it's not the usual person. It feels like not ideal circumstances, or you could be meeting because of a mistake or because of an inconvenience, like a flight getting delayed and then you're stuck in the airport and you meet them there, or you get put up in a hotel because it's the airline's fault and then you meet them at the hotel. And whatever environment you're in, it's not one that you're going to be in for long. It's a for the time being. Because there was a mistake or because there were unusual circumstances, I'm going to be here for the time being. So, which even more makes me think you don't have to go out of your way to meet this person, because it's something that's just going to happen to you. And you might, it's like you were on your way to do what you really wanted to do, and then there was like a delay or an inconvenience, or you were redirected. So if there's any changes to your plans, like delays, reschedules, things getting lost, people not showing up, things that would normally be frustrating, that may be a redirection so that you can meet them. Let's see how you're going to feel at the time of this meeting. Past love. Okay, you're probably going to feel like you've met this soul before. You're probably going to feel a strong past life connection. There might even be a past partner of yours that they remind you of in a good way. Mutual feelings. Okay, so you both feel familiar around each other. You both feel, you might even both feel like you've had a past life connection. You might even talk about how familiar each of you feel to each other. I think you're both very warm and friendly towards each other, and there's good chemistry between the two of you, and you can both tell. You're like, I really like this person, and I can tell they really like me. You're definitely not trying to hide it. Take a leap, okay? Yeah, I feel like both of you are gonna make sure when this time is up that you're able to see each other again. Oh my gosh, look, deja vu, has this happened before? Yeah, you totally know each other from past lives and you're both feeling it. And I think you will both mention it. Maybe even taking a leap is voicing that feeling. I feel like we've met before, or like you feel weirdly familiar. Because, you know, saying that, you don't know how the other person is going to react, but they'll feel the same way. And you might even start talking about spiritual things, or I feel like we have a soul connection, or I feel like I know you from a past life. I know this might sound crazy, but I feel like I was meant to meet you. I know this might sound crazy, but I feel like our meeting was fated. I feel like you're gonna go there at the end of this period that you spend together, and make sure that you see each other again. Aw. Okay, let's roll some dice for some hints about when this is going to happen. We have the number 11. We have Pluto. No, that's not Pluto, that's Uranus. And we have the North Node. So Uranus is related to Aquarius, and the 11th house is also related to Aquarius. So Aquarius season could be significant to this meeting. So like late January to late February. I think that the nodes, they move backwards through the signs, right? So right now the nodes are in Aries and Libra, but I just want to check, when will the North Node be in Aquarius? Okay, so the North Node will be in Aquarius from, oh, this is a bit of a ways away, but it still could be relevant. Like some of you could be meeting this person in a few years. July 2026 to March 2028, which is a very big window. But let's say when the North Node enters Aquarius, that is going to be July 2026. So that could be when you meet them, or it could just be a significant time in this connection. And then the number 11, it could also be talking about the month of November. Yeah. So what do we say? The month of November, Aquarius season, and July 2026, because that's when the North Node will enter Aquarius. And I think that that is everything. So you can claim all three of those for when different things are happening in this connection, or whichever one feels right to you. But that is everything that I'm seeing for my group number 4s. So we are going to take it into the extended now, where we're going to see how will your person feel after meeting you. And I kind of want to say after spending this time with you, because I feel like your meeting is not a one-time thing. It's like you're put together to spend time with each other for a set period of time. And then when that period is over, you've already bonded a lot, and you've already decided that you want to see each other again and keep this relationship going. So we'll see how your person is feeling about you after this period, and what they're going to do next, their next move towards you. Or, sorry, I'm getting a really vivid taste of Gatorade. Maybe someone is an athlete. I don't know. Damn it, what was I saying? What their next move is towards you, or what is happening next in this connection. What is all of this going to lead to? We're gonna see that. And then for those of you who would like to know whether or not you have already met this person, we will do a yes or no card pull for that. We will also do a yes or no card pull for any question that you would like to ask. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, I'm gonna have that link down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're gonna leave the reading here, I wanna say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, to your person, to their higher self, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number fives. So if you guys chose the Amethyst, this is going to be a reading all about how, where, and when you are going to meet your soulmate. I actually made a note for this group while I was filming the intro because I didn't want to forget. But when I was doing that part where I hold up the crystals so you can get a close look at them, I was going to hold up your crystal, and then I noticed that this ring was backwards, like it had slipped backwards like this. And so I just took a second to fix it. And then because I did that, when I was holding up the stone, the camera timer was exactly at 222. Which that number has been appearing quite a bit during today's reading, which makes sense because it's a soulmate reading, but I just wanted to mention that with you. Mention that for you, or mention that to you, however you say that. Because I felt there was something significant in the fact that if I hadn't stopped to make an adjustment, if I hadn't stopped to fix something, I wouldn't have lined up with that angel number. So there could be a message for this group about delays working in your favor, or when you are stopped for redirection or readjustments, there is a divine reason for that, and to trust that process. Also, the fact that the ring, it's on my ring finger and it's on my right hand. And so that might be a message for you as well, because I know that there are some countries where the wedding ring is worn on the right hand. So you or your soulmate could be from one of those countries. There was also a message that came through about your soulmate being concerned about your health, just on a regular basis. They want to make sure that you're well rested, that you're eating well, that you're eating enough, that you are not pushing yourself too hard, that you're even taking care of your muscles, like your posture when you're working, and make sure you get up and stretch. Like, I don't want you to be in pain. And wearing sunscreen as well, that came through. Just overall are concerned with you taking care of yourself because you're just so precious to them, and being very supportive of any health journey or self-improvement journey you would go on. They would be super supportive. They would probably even join you on the journey if you wanted, so that you would feel less alone, or maybe you inspire them to do the same thing. So if you're making any changes in your life right now for health or just for self-improvement or to feel better, I feel like your soulmate in their human form or their higher self is really proud of you. And then there's also an energy coming through of a companion animal. So you or your soulmate could have an animal who is very dear to you, or maybe you'll end up having an animal together. And I was just kind of thinking of the way that companion animals love us unconditionally. And maybe it sounds weird to say that you love each other like companion animals. Like, even saying that I feel silly, but I'm just imagining that vibe of every day when you come home, I'm so excited to see you, and I just want to be wherever you go. Like, oh, you're going to bed, I'll come with you. Oh, you're going to cook in the kitchen, I'll come with you. Oh, you're going to the bathroom, I'll come with you. Like, it sounds so silly, but it's that kind of vibe of like, where you are, that's where I want to be. And we can even just be alone together and not talking to each other. And I will never judge you. I will just be here with you and I'll be vibing. I'm your companion for life. Oh my God, there's a lot of stuff coming in before we even get into the cards, that you or your soulmate or both of you might work in a field or have knowledge in a field that is super specialized, such that the other one of you does not understand anything about it, but you're still super supportive. And the example I'm being shown is if one of you was in a certain area of science, and so most people have no idea what the heck you research. They don't know the first thing about it. They might not even know that that field exists, and they certainly don't know all of the terminology that you use in your day-to-day at work. But if you were giving a speech about your findings, they're like, I'm gonna come watch it, and I'm not gonna have any clue what the heck you're talking about because I don't know any of these words, but I'm still gonna come. I'm gonna be there for support. It reminds me of that video of that girl who's like, go team, go sports, and the interviewer is like, can you tell me what's going on? And she's like, I have no idea. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Like, I don't understand anything about what you're doing, but I'm here for the vibes and I want to watch you in your element, and I love you so much. So yeah, I think that's the end of the channel messages. That was a lot. So this is the reading that we're gonna be doing today. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended, and this is the spread that we're gonna be doing here in the YouTube reading. We're gonna start with a row of tarot cards. I just saw 555 as well. So 222 and 555 could be significant numbers. We're gonna start by seeing your energy and your soulmate's energy at the time of your meeting, as well as your dynamic with each other. And we're gonna be looking at both your inner worlds and your outer worlds. So your inner world will be things like what you're going through emotionally, what you're currently processing, what you're currently focusing on. And then your outer world will be the events that are unfolding in your life at the time of meeting your soulmate. So you may actually be able to use this part to determine how close you are to meeting them, because if what I'm describing does sound like something you are currently going through, then that would be a sign that you are meeting them in the very near future. Then we are going to get into the specifics of where you're meeting, how you're meeting, what you're going to be doing together at that time, how you are thinking and feeling during the meeting, and how they are thinking and feeling. And then at the very end, we're going to roll some dice to get any hints about when this is happening. Then in the extended reading, we're going to see how your soulmate will feel after meeting you. How are they going to feel about you? How are they going to feel about how it went and what went down? And what are they going to do next? What is their next move towards you? Or just what is going to happen next between the two of you? What will this meeting eventually lead to? For those of you who think that you've maybe met this person already and you would like to confirm that, we are going to do a quick yes or no card pull to see whether you've met this person already. And we will also do a yes or no card pull for any question of your choice. So you may want to claim this one or both of them. It will be up to you which yes or no you would like to do, or both of them. But that is the reading that we have for today. For those of you who, if you're seeing repeating numbers and you don't know what it means, it could be numbers pertaining to your soulmate. Like it could be their birthday or something like that. If you're like, I keep seeing 713 everywhere, what does that mean? It could be that their birthday is July 13th. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into your cards now. Let me stop yapping. Well, I'm not gonna stop yapping, I'm just gonna be yapping about something else. We are gonna ask your spiritual team to come through If there's any particular member or members of your spiritual team whom you would like to receive messages from today, that includes higher selves and that includes spirit itself, then just keep them in your mind as I'm shuffling. I have a very strong visual right now of those little red cinnamon hearts that you eat on Valentine's Day. I don't know if everywhere in the world has them, probably not, but they're like cinnamon hearts. Yeah. You and your soulmate must have a pretty strong psychic connection, because I haven't been picking up on things like this that much for the other groups. So in comparison, for this group, it feels very strong. Okay, group number 5's spiritual team. Hello. A warm welcome. Thank you for being here. Your spiritual team is big, and the members of your spiritual team have distinct personalities. You know, maybe one of them has dry humor. Maybe one of them's a little sassy. Maybe one of them is sweet and affectionate. So if you kind of receive messages with different tones to them, it's probably because it's different spirit guides who are talking to you. But I mean, they all want the same things for you. Group number 5's spiritual team. Could we please get a card to represent group number 5's inner world at the time of meeting their soulmate, their inner world? Woo! I almost just dropped a bunch of cards. Okay, we have Justice. For your outer world, we have the Harvest of Stones. I like this. That's the King of Pentacles. And what about for their soulmate? What will be going on in their soulmate's inner world at the time of meeting group number 5? The 4 of Cups in reverse. Oh, interesting. And for their outer world, we have the Ace of Stones, the Ace of Pentacles. And for the dynamic in between the two of them, we have the Hermit in the reverse. Actually, I want to start with this card in the middle, the Hermit in reverse, because I am taking this quite literally, in the sense that both you and your soulmate, first of all, I feel like your energies totally like bleed into each other is how it's coming through. You may often be dealing with similar lessons or experiencing similar emotions at the same time, and you definitely pick up on each other's emotions regardless of how close or far you may physically be from each other. But yeah, I'm taking this literally as both of you coming out of hermit mode. So both of you have maybe kind of had your energy turned inwards for quite some time. You've maybe been doing heavy soul searching, shadow work, some heavier healing work, but the energy is getting lighter now, and you're turning your energy back out into the world. You couldn't give yourself to the world, so you had to turn inward, replenish your energy, and now you're ready to come back out and give of yourself to the world. So for you, I love that there's a rainbow in this card, because it's kind of reminding me of the 10 of Cups, and it definitely feels like a wish or a dream of yours is coming true. And perhaps that wish or dream is to be with your soulmate itself, but I feel like it has something to do with the role that you've wanted to have in the world. The path that you have felt is your life purpose, how you are meant to serve others, the type of work you are meant to do in this world. Your dreams relating to that are finally coming true. You are being recognized for your years of hard work, I'm hearing. You're being recognized for your knowledge and for your skill, for your competency. You're becoming someone who, you're already someone who is highly respected. It's just that you're reaching that level that you really deserve. You're reaching that level that you're really meant for. And your inner world being justice, this is you feeling like everything has finally paid off. The scales are finally in balance. You have been in an energy of giving and giving and giving. Oh, I'm just thinking of the rain and the sprouts growing. Hardships in your life or sadness that you went through was watering the seeds in your life. As if you were crying tears and those tears were rain to make your crops grow, so to speak. But I'm just thinking of someone, I'm thinking of someone planting seeds. They're planting seeds and the seeds aren't growing. And so they think, okay, these seeds aren't growing, so I guess these seeds were defective and so I just have to plant more. But no. When the seeds aren't growing, it's not time to plant more seeds, it's time to wait. Wait for the rain to fall. You did your job by planting the seeds, now you wait for the rain to fall, and nature does the rest. That's so interesting. I feel like I would normally say something like, you've done your part and now the universe will do the rest. The way it came out specifically is nature will do the rest. The natural course of things will do the rest. The rain is coming, it will water your crops, which are your goals and your dreams. But you're finally receiving what you knew deep down you deserved, or what you knew deep down was meant for you. How you have felt about yourself on the inside is now how you present to the outside world. It's a match, and that feels very good. You're receiving recognition is wonderful and it's one thing, but there's also receiving recognition for your authentic self versus for an inauthentic version of you. And I think this is you receiving recognition for your authentic self, for the version of you you always knew you were meant to be. Carving a place for yourself in the world where you've always wanted to be. So it feels like finding success in your life purpose, taking on your dream role, your dream job, your dream position, being where you want to be, literally the location you want to be in the world. Like you're exactly where you want to be. And there's this immense feeling of everything paying off, and the universe heard you. The world heard you and the world responded. So it's very beautiful and very validating energy that you're in around the time of meeting your soulmate, and it's just kind of natural that they will enter your life next. I also just noticed there's a new moon in the sky here. So from here on out, there's infinite possibilities. On your soulmate's end, we have the Four of Cups in reverse for their inner world. And as soon as this card came out, I heard the feeling is coming back. So it's as if they were numb for some time. They were numbing themselves for some time because there were emotions that they weren't ready to process. These could be emotions pertaining to the connection, pertaining to your psychic connection, or it could be something else. This is Cancer energy, so it could be childhood, home life, family life. But they were numb to something and now they're feeling it again. And it's vulnerable to open themselves up to that feeling again. But going through this life in numbness is not, they don't want to live like that. They were doing it to protect themselves, but if playing it safe just feels like nothing, if it feels like numbness, if it feels like apathy, then I don't want it. Group number 5, I just cut something out because I really did not like my wording of that. But they're ready to feel things in a raw way, in a vivid and like visceral way again, after not really sitting in that space for a long time. They may also, I feel like that cutting that stuff out might have been a sign as well, because I feel like those little hiccups that happen in readings, I often feel like they're there for a reason. They are ready to embrace a more messy and real way of being rather than being so put together. They have maybe spent a lot of time suppressing themselves and stifling themselves because they don't want to say the wrong thing, or they don't want to. I feel like this person actually feels very intensely, which you wouldn't guess. You wouldn't guess from being around them or being in their life. They may even have some friends or family members who would not guess that they feel so intensely. I think you would have to have a pretty close, intimate connection with them to know that. It's just, they feel really intensely. It's just that it all goes inward. It all gets stuck inside and it gets pent up, and they just have to like stifle it. And I think they don't want to do that anymore. They want to practice feeling outwardly, and they want to practice transmuting their emotions into actions or into creations. They want to use them. They want to feel them and use them. It's like an emotional awakening, I guess, or an emotional reawakening. They also have worldly success in their outer world, both of you. So at the time that you're meeting each other, you're both in a place of enjoying worldly success, enjoying fulfilling careers, feeling like you're in your purpose. I don't necessarily feel that they're starting a new career. I think it's more that a new era has begun in their current career journey, where maybe they're trying new things with this newfound vulnerability and sensitivity. They're realizing what kind of things they can create if they harness those emotions. And so how can I give an example of this? I don't know. It's as if I'm still doing my tarot videos, but you've kind of noticed that my presence has changed, or like the way I deliver messages has changed. And it's like, oh, KINO must have gone through something in her inner world. I feel like they're going through something like that, where they're still doing the same thing, but their energy's different and people are noticing it. And they're like, oh, like, I don't know what kind of special sauce they're putting in their work now, but it's hitting differently. And it's because they're utilizing all of these emotions that they've been channeling, rather than just letting them sit there and make them frustrated, and then they have to suppress it and just like shut it down. They're letting them live. They're letting their emotions live and letting them come out, and they're gonna start doing some crazy cool stuff, or making some crazy cool stuff in this world, because it's divine. It's divinely channeled. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so now we're gonna do the transparent tarot. And we're gonna look into the specific circumstances of your meeting. For those of you who are worried about your soulmate, they want you to know that they're doing okay. They're actually doing well. But they get it because they worry about you too. They can't help it. But they're doing okay. Okay, so what details can we know about group number 5 meeting with their soulmate? What details can we know? Ooh, look at, oh my God, it's the Magician. And the image for this Magician card, it's like 2 dragons intertwined with each other. This is giving such strong divine counterpart vibes. I'm also just looking at the red and white colors, which stands out to me because I'm from Canada and our flag is red and white, and I'm living in Japan and the flag is red and white. So those could be colors in your flags, or you could both be from countries that have the same colors. Like maybe both of you have flags that are green and yellow, or, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly these. Or you could just be from the same country. But you are definitely, you know, we've seen in some groups like, oh, this meeting is not planned, you're just bumping into each other. No, you both wanted this meeting to happen. I think you probably, I think at the very least, you are both familiar with each other's energy already. You both sense each other already, and you both want to manifest this meeting with each other. And I think that you will know about it before it happens. That's kind of the purpose of, I'm hearing the purpose of this event is so that you can meet each other. Is that like in terms of divine orchestration? It's being orchestrated so that you can meet each other, or you specifically planned this day because you want to meet, even if there's other things going on. You will meet in an environment that you both feel pretty comfortable in. You won't be nervous, but you will be excited. There's like excitement energy. I mean, that is kind of nervous. It's the same thing. Nervous and excited is the same feeling. But Mercury, it's like there's nervous energy. You could be talking a lot. You could be talking fast because you're just so excited, and there's so much that you want to say. You know I got so much to say. You try to hide it in my face and it don't work. You see through that. I just wanna get with you. You're right, I got my but I can't help it. I want you. That song is by two air signs, a Libra and an Aquarius. So, and also Magician can be Gemini energy. So air signs could be significant. Oh, we have Libra energy here as well, and some Virgo. We also have Cancer moon. I'm naming a lot of stuff. Girl, I want you like you want me to. I just listened to that song recently. It was stuck in my head, so that's why she's fresh in my mind. And she also talks about nerves in that song. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the whole line, but okay, we have the Page of Pentacles that came out, wants to come out in this way. Ooh, look at that. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Both of you are just really thriving, huh? In the outer world, like you're both kind of going through something intense but exciting in your inner worlds, and then in your outer worlds it feels very stable, like you're successful, you're thriving. And actually both of you are doing a brilliant job, because you're taking all of that energy from your inner world and honing it to create things and to create progress in your outer world. And the quality of your work is improving because of it. It's like all of the emotions you're experiencing are materials for you to use. Okay, this is really strange, but it's like how, I'm thinking of how trees drop nuts on the ground, and then there's this hard nut shell, and then when you crack it open, there's the fruit inside, and maybe that grows another tree. I don't know how that works, but it's like the divine drops these nuts. These nuts. Okay, the divine drops the nuts, and there's that hard outer shell, but if you crack through it, there's some energy that you can use. So it's like if you crack through the outer shells of your emotions, even though they may be uncomfortable or painful, you find that code inside that the divine left for you. And you can utilize that in your work and in your creations. I don't even know if that makes sense. But you have to crack through the hard exterior first. So you have to sit with that intense grief or that crippling insecurity. Because at the core of it is some code or some information or some wisdom that you can use. And you can make really cool stuff with that. Like you're both going through spiritual awakenings, and it shows. It shows in what you do and what you make and what you say and how you present yourself. And some people might observe you and say, oh yeah, like they're going through a spiritual awakening, or everyone can sense it. Spiritually inclined people will know you've gone through an awakening. Not spiritually inclined people will just feel there's something different about you, and like your energy is hitting different, even if they can't like put their finger on it. You're both coming through as Pentacles energy. So yeah, I feel like there is a kind of highly strung energy. You're both excited, but you're carrying yourselves very well. You're both looking amazing. You're both looking good. And it's interesting that you seem to be rushing in and they're kind of lounging back. So they might be, yes, they are waiting for you to approach them. They want to see if you'll approach them. Maybe they feel for some reason it's weird if they approach you first. I don't know what that means, but they might feel it's weird or awkward. Maybe because of social rules or something. You will be approaching them. And you look enthusiastic, they look chill. And it's interesting that you're handing them this coin. They're receiving it, but they're also sitting on a bed of coins. So you might be offering them something during this meeting that a lot of people have already offered, but when you offer it, it hits different. So it could be like they received a lot of gifts on this day, but the gift you give them is very special. Or a lot of people were giving them, like let's say there's a lot of people congratulating them, but when you say it, it's really meaningful. You're not really giving them the same thing. Energetically, it's something very different. It could even just be a lot of people approaching them, wanting to talk to them, but when you do it, they take notice. So don't think that, oh, they already have all these other coins. Why would I bother giving them mine? They have too many already. They won't care. It won't make a difference. That is not true, because your energy hits so different. It stands out. It's their energy. Yeah, you have like the same energy, so they're gonna recognize it. I want to get one more. Can we know anything about the place that this is happening? Or like, what is leading to this meeting? The High Priestess, which I feel like that's literally your spiritual teams being like, that's all we can reveal right now. But the way this came out, the moon is on your side. It's on your dragon. So you might already kind of have an intuitive knowing of how you're going to meet them, and they want to confirm it. But the High Priestess is literally the unseen and secrecy. And so I think this is all that your spiritual team wants to reveal right now. You probably know more about this meeting than you think you do, or than you acknowledge. I can say it will probably be at night because of this moon, or in the evening, and will maybe happen in a private place or a semi-private place. Or, oh, the way these overlapped, it says 12. So the month of December could be significant, or like 12 o'clock, like maybe it's midnight or something. Oh, it could be like a New Year's thing like December 31st, you know, and then you're waiting for 12 o'clock to celebrate the new year. You could be celebrating a milestone or celebrating someone's success. Like I said event before, so I think it's an event, but it might not be, it's not a public event. So it could be like somebody's hosting a party, or it's at a place that not a lot of people know about, or most people don't even know this event is happening. If you think about New Year's Eve, the one that's on TV, like everybody knows about that one, but there's probably all these like secret after parties and stuff that we don't know about. So there's kind of like that vibe going on with it. There could be something about a book, or like a book release, or maybe one of you has written a book or is writing a book, or you might get messages about how you'll meet in books that you read. So let's see how you're both feeling at the time of this meeting. You are feeling short-term connection. I think you might wish that the interaction lasted longer. I feel like you would have loved to spend more time with them. Yeah, and after the meeting, you're worried that maybe you didn't leave an impression on them, or that like what your interaction wasn't special. They are feeling like date, flirt, play just for fun. So we have short-term connection and we have date, flirt, play just for fun. I feel like both of you are showing up with as pentacle energy, and you're offering a coin and they're receiving your coin. I think both of you want this to be something more serious and something more long lasting, but you might worry that the other person doesn't see it that way, which is you mirroring each other's fears or mirroring each other's worries. You might think like, oh, I'm not special to this person because they had all these other people approaching them, or what I gave to this person wasn't special because so many other people were giving them stuff, and worried that you wouldn't make a lasting impression. And they kind of have similar worries where they might think that, oh, you're just giving me this to be nice, or maybe you're like attracted to me, but you don't really want something lasting with me. Maybe you just like want to have fun, or, you know, you're both doubting the seriousness of the other's intentions. And that's really just from a place of insecurity that you're mirroring each other in, because you're so important to each other, and our insecurities like to hit us where it hurts, you know? So if someone's really precious to you, your insecurities will be like, yeah, but you're nothing to them. Like trying to hit you where it hurts. I'm not gonna take all of, actually, I am gonna take all of them, and I'm just gonna put them in the middle, because I feel like these will be, oh my God, wait, that's too many. No, I already said I'm gonna take all of them, and I'm gonna commit to it. But I feel like these are for both of you. We have to the moon and back. Like you love each other to the moon and back. And I also think both of you are over the moon. Ooh, both of you are over the moon that you are meeting on this day. Over the moon. And I feel like that's also a sign that it's nighttime, this moon message. There could be something about your moon signs as well. Your moon signs could be compatible with each other. You could have the same moon sign, or your moon signs could be ruled by the same planet. Like you both have Venus moons, like Taurus and Libra, or you both have Mercury moons, Gemini and Virgo. You both have Mars moons, Aries and Scorpio. You both have Saturn moons, Capricorn and Aquarius. Yeah, like that. The feeling is mutual. Yep, so mirroring each other. Why would you think / say that? This is probably your inner dialogue. Being like, Why did I say that? So there could be a bit of overthinking our interactions, overthinking the things that we say, but also this could be how you feel about each other. Like if you think I'm just trying to flirt, if you think I'm just trying to play around with you and this is just for fun, like why would you think that? Or if you think what you're giving me is not precious, why would you think that? Why? And then, oh, we have darling, this feels so right. We have who am I? This is how you remind me of what I really am. That's so funny because the next line of the song is, it's not like you to say sorry. And then this is, I'm not sorry. Oh, interesting. We have darling, this feels so right. Who am I? And then this doesn't feel right. Okay. And this was meant to be one of the points of this connection, one of the things that you will work together on is becoming your authentic self. And if there's parts of you that you are still afraid of, if there's parts of you that you haven't integrated yet, then being around this person is not going to feel good. Like, this is such a dumb example, but it doesn't even make sense. But let's say that you're a soccer player, but you hate that about yourself. And so you're trying to like hide your soccer energy. You cannot be around this person if you're ashamed about your soccer energy, because somehow they're gonna bring it up or it's gonna come out when you're around them. So if you're in the same room with them and you're still not embracing that part of you, you're gonna be really uncomfortable to be around them because they bring out all of the parts of you. And then when that part you're trying to avoid comes out, you're like, ugh, I don't like that. And then you think, oh, this doesn't feel right. This person is making me uncomfortable. But like, no, they're not making you uncomfortable. You are making yourself uncomfortable because you judge yourself and you don't accept yourself. But if you embraced your soccer energy, then when they bring it up, it's going to feel so good. So how comfortable you feel around this person will depend on how comfortable you have become with yourself. And at the time that you are first meeting, there's going to be some parts of you that you have integrated and that you are very comfortable with them coming up, but there's also going to be parts of you that you still haven't. And so just be aware of that. And that might not even register to them of like, oh, I just brought up something that feels uncomfortable. I just brought up a part of them that they're not embracing. Like, that might not even be registering for them. So what you might be perceiving as, oh, the vibe shifted, or oh, their energy's different now. Like, no, it's not. It's something inside you, and you're just perceiving, like, the different things they're bringing up in you, they have no judgment towards them. It's you who has placed the judgments on the different parts of you. And so pay attention to how you feel when like different parts of you are hit. And this meeting might help you realize where you need a little bit more work in embracing yourself. And just be careful not to project onto them. Because if a part of you had light shone on it and you didn't like that, it doesn't mean that they didn't like it. It doesn't mean that they were judging it. That's all you. You know? So I think it's probably quite meaningful that you're meeting at a point where you're sort of part way through that integration journey, because your spiritual team wants you to feel the difference. How does it feel when this person touches on something you have integrated, and compare that with how it feels when they touch on something that you haven't integrated. And that will help you understand what you need to do to heal and work through the rest of it. Interesting. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So we're going to roll some dice now to see any hints about when this meeting is happening. Okay, we have the sign of Taurus. So Taurus season could be significant, which is late April to late May. We have the number 7. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped that. We have the number 7 and we have the number 10. So I would say the months that this is most likely to happen: May, July, October, or we did have 12 here. So May, July, October, or December. I really don't get the feeling that this is going to be more than a year. I think it could be the better part of a year, but less than a year. Also, July 10th could be a significant date, 7/10. And that's funny because the date I said before as a random example was July 13th. So like some dates in mid-July, in the teens of July, the 10th, 11, 12, 13, 14, you know, those days could be significant. Yeah. Also, if you are familiar with your birth chart, there could be developments in this connection when Venus is passing through your 7th house or when Venus is passing through your 10th house. Which kind of makes sense because I feel like you're going to be blessed in your relationships and blessed in your career. Yeah, so that is everything for my group number 5s. We're going to take it over to the extended now, where we see how will your person feel after meeting you. What is going to be going through their mind? How are they feeling about everything that went down? What are they going to do next? What is their next move towards you, or what is going to happen next? Where is all of this going to lead to? For those of you who feel that you may have met this person already and you would like to ask whether or not you have, we're going to do a yes or no card pull for that. We're also going to do a yes or no card pull for any question of your choice. Of course, you can claim both of those. And yeah, that's going to be the extended. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me over there, I'm going to have that link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch tons of timeless, exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below, and finally my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your soulmate, to your higher self, to their higher self, and to anyone else who may have appeared in this reading. I'm sending love to your higher selves again, and your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms, and of course your companion animals if you have them. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.